Hello, good morning. So today's class will have a topic on scope of political science. Now, when we talk about scope of political science, one can see from the table of content in any book on political thought at graduation level the whole range of subjects that come within the fold. Now, there are discussions on the theories of state of origin, sovereignty, law, liberty, rights, forms and organs of government representation, state functions, political parties, pressure groups, public opinion, ideologies such as communism, socialism, etc., and also international relations and institutions. Now, evidently, the scope of political science is very vast. Now, some of the subjects within it are handed down from past speculations about the state and political institutions. And in spite of the growth of the discipline, these have not been excluded from it. In this category could be put many of the old theories of state origin. Secondly, there are a number of theories on state functions and limitations of state control, which are in nature of philosophy, by particular individuals and groups, and ideological discussions and considerations on right and liberty can be included in this category. Lastly, there are empirical orientation and oriented discussions on political institutions, organizations, such as those on the forms and organs of government, modes of representation, international institutions, and so on. This is Dr. Iftikhar Ahmed Ansari, Department of Political Science, talking about understanding politics. So we are discussing scope of politics or political science. Now, the scope of political science or political theory here particularly is a broad and diverse. It encapsulates various facets of socio-political life. So, in understanding this, we need to identify three pivotal aspects: normative, empirical, and conceptual. Now, we analyze politics as at these three levels. So, normative analysis is often it explores ethical questions concerning governance, power, political processes. It lays the foundation for moral norms that dictate the shoulds and should nots of political life. Similarly, empirical analysis, another aspect of analyzing politics itself, it while normative discussions or normative analysis or dimensions they guide a moral aspect, empirical analysis provides a grounded, practical perspective. Now, this aspect delve into the factual, observable political phenomena and institutions. And talking about conceptual analysis, now here political theory breaks down abstract concepts like democracy, justice, power, equality, and explains their practical implications. So, the scope of politics can be studied from two perspectives. Either we take it traditional or contemporary perspective. Now, when we talk about traditional perspective, here we find the approach of analysis becomes state centric, becomes formal, legal, and institutional. So, all aspects, including that dealt by number of renowned philosophers, talking from Plato onwards to Aristotle, Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau, the contractualist, Bentham, Mill, Green, Hegel, etc. They all had been talking about state centric or formal or legal or institutional aspect. So they are placed in this analysis, that is the traditional part of studying the scope of politics. So when we talk about study of state or state centricity, it investigates what the state has been, it analyzes what the state is, and discusses what it ought to be. So study of state includes all the three aspects. So study of state is the focus of this passage, basically what you're talking about. It explores various aspects relating to state, its characteristics, its significance in different contexts. So states are complex, as we know, entities that play a crucial role in shaping societies and governing people. They possess distinct features such as definite territory, population, government, and sovereignty. These elements contribute to the unique identity and authority of each state. So, understanding states is essential for comprehending political system, international relations, functioning of societies at large. So, the study of states provide valuable insights into how power is distributed, laws are enforced, and policies are implemented within a given territory. It also sheds light on the dynamics between states, including alliances, conflicts, and negotiations. Overall, delving into the study of state offers a comprehensive understanding of the structures and mechanisms that shape our world. Traditional perspective, if we talk about state now, if we talk about state in the past, so study of state in the past entails understanding how government and society functioned in the past. What had been the nature, form, or function of the state in the past? What were the theories of origin of state? What is the basis of individual obligation to state? By studying the state in past, individuals can develop a comprehensive understanding of the political system and its influence on society. Now, this knowledge appreciates the development of state at different stages of human progress. Studying the state also provides individuals with a historic perspective on governance and societal development. Studying the state offers individuals a historical perspective on governance and societal development. By examining past political systems and their successes or failures, individuals can learn valuable lessons that inform the present day decision making. Understanding mistakes and achievements of previous governments allow individuals and we the people to navigate the complexities of contemporary politics more effectively. Additionally, studying the state's history provides insight into the evolution of social norms, values, and institutions, helping individuals appreciate the progress made and identify areas in need of improvement. Now, second aspect of studying state is studying state in its present form. So, study of state in its current form is a significant and relevant topic that deserves exploration. It's essential for individuals who aspire to be informed citizens to understand how the state operates and functions. So, by dwelling into the study of state, we can gain valuable insights into structure, law, and policies. Now, this knowledge not only allows us to be better comprehend our rights and responsibilities as citizens, but also empowers us to actively participate in shaping our government and society. Furthermore, in the present form of understanding state, it helps us in recognizing the vital role it plays in our daily lives. State's influence extends far beyond just the realm of politics, because as we know, state is a comprehensive subject and it almost covers all the aspects of our life. So it extends beyond just the realm of politics, it affects various aspects of society, whether it be education, healthcare, or economy. Decisions made by the state have a direct impact on our everyday experiences. Therefore, by understanding the inner workings of the state, we can better navigate and engage with these systems. Moreover, exploring the study of state provides us with wider understanding of complexities and intricacies of governance. We learn about the different branches of government, their roles, and how they interact with one another. The knowledge enables us to critically analyze the actions, decisions made by those in power, holding them accountable when necessary. Now, state study also involves studying state in future, like what it ought to be in future. So, our study of government will focus on how it should be structured and how it should function. We'll explore various models and systems to determine the most effective way to govern a society. Now, this examination involves analysis of the roles and responsibilities of different branches of government, as well as the relationship between the government and its citizen. So, by understanding these fundamental principles, we can strive for a government that promotes fairness, that promotes equality, and the well being of all its members. So, our goal is to create a system that upholds democratic values and ensures protection of individual rights and freedom. And that becomes easier for us when we know the past of the state, we know the present, so the future can be similarly planned. One key aspect of our study will be to examine the separation of power within government. We'll dwell into the concept of checks and balances. We prevent any branch from becoming too powerful, because we know power corrupts absolute, and absolute power corrupt absolutely. So here the need is to keep the powers separated and also checks and balance. We know that by our experience that because the future state we want to be in the favor of individuals. So, by distributing power among multiple branches that we plan to do, we can safeguard against corruption and abuse of authority. Additionally, we'll explore the imbalance that may crop into the system, and we can ensure importance of judiciary, independent judiciary, in upholding the rule of law and ensuring justice for all. Now, through this analysis of the present and the past, we aim to establish a government that is accountable, transparent, and responsive to the needs and concerns of its citizen. Now, the second aspect that involves the scope of political theory is the study of government. From state, we come to government, one of the agencies of very important agencies of state. It includes a study of evolution, nature, composition, necessity, and purpose of the government apparatus, also an understanding of the human perception of nature and its relationship with larger community. So the study of government is a crucial aspect of understanding how societies function. It involves examining the structure, process, and policies that shape the way a country is governed. By studying government, we can gain insight into power dynamics, decision-making process, and institutions that influence our daily lives. Now, this field of study helps us understand the roles and responsibilities of different branches of government, such as the executive, legislature, and judiciary or judicial branch. Additionally, it explores concepts like democracy, authoritarianism, rule of law, which are fundamental to understand political system around the world. Overall, the study of government provides us with the knowledge and tool to critically analyze and engage with the political world we live in. Now, governments also make policies, and policies have a direct impact on people's lives. So, government policies encompass a wide range of decisions and actions taken by those in power. So, these policies can have a profound impact on the lives of individuals and communities. So, they shape economy, they determine access of healthcare, education, and influence social and environmental issues. So, study of government is essential to understand how these policies are being framed and how these policies can be influenced in the interest of the masses. So, studying government equips individuals with the knowledge and skills necessary to be active and engaged citizens. It enables us to understand complexities of political system, critically evaluate information, and participate in political processes. The father of political science, Aristotle, he claimed that man is a political animal, and he's closely linked to his belief that man is political only in a city state, that is the polis, and which exists by nature, that is human nature. So according to Aristotle, the city state is the highest form of political community, and it's necessary for the man to live a good life. He argued that city states is a natural growth and that arises from simpler communities such as household, then village, followed by the community, and the community changed into further in a larger unit, and the state came into existence. So, state is naturally prior to individual, as individuals cannot perform their natural functions apart from the city state. This is because the city state provides the necessary conditions for individuals to live a self sufficient and virtuous life. Aristotle also believed that the city state is a creation of human intelligence, with a law giving and lawgiver playing a crucial role in establishing a just and virtuous society. Through legal system, the city states transforms individuals, being making them just and virtuous and preventing them from succumbing to savagery and bestiality. Now, political man comes to play a very important role in city state, and similarly today in states, the scope of state includes the man as a political being. From there onwards, we move to the next point, which says the study of political groups and political institutions, which are again the important part of the scope of politics. So, groups which are formal, institutions which are legal and influencing government policies, the pressure groups, interest groups, or institutional, associational groups, non-institutional or anomic groups. These are certain categories of groups which come into play and which determine or influence somehow or the other the actions of government. So the study of political groups and political institutions is crucial for understanding how power is exercised and how decisions are made in society. So by examining different political systems, institutions, political scientists aim to gain insight into how to shape the future policies and governance. Whether it is analyzing the dynamics of legislatures, political parties, or judiciary, or studying the relationship between individual and states, political science provides valuable knowledge for individuals interested in making difference in the communities and the world at large. Now, it also involves study of political ideology. Now, political ideologies are a certain set of beliefs and values that shape how individuals and groups view the role of government in society. So, on the basis of their view and their beliefs, they try to change or form a government on those lines. So, they provide framework for understanding and evaluating political issues. Now, some common political ideologies include liberalism, conservatism, socialism, or libertarianism. Now, these ideologies influence the policies and decisions made by governments, as well as political debates and discussions that take place within societies. Understanding political ideologies is essential for analyzing and participating in political processes, as they inform our perspectives on issues such as economic inequality, social justice, and individual rights. Some important ideologies, other than what has been mentioned, are individualism, idealism, socialism, communism, pluralism, or Gandhism, etc. So, study of international problem, international organizations also come into this scope of political science or political theory. So, study of international problems, organizations, including the sovereign states, other international actors. It encompasses various activities such as war, diplomacy, trade, foreign policy that are conducted between the sovereign states. Now, it seeks to understand the interaction among sovereign states, the other international actors. International relations focuses on political, diplomatic, and security connections. The study of international organizations help understand crucial role in global affairs, promoting peace, providing guidance for health issues, offering financial assistance to developing countries. Studying these organizations involve various research methods and the classification of documentation of the activities. So, understanding the work of international organizations is essential for addressing major international issues and becoming informed global citizen. Now, with that, we move on to the next perspective, that is a contemporary perspective. Now, contemporary perspective of scope of politics views politics from practical aspect, not just relation with state, but different aspects of social life. So, it studies conflicts, power struggle. So, politics no longer remains a science of state. Here, it becomes an agency to make authoritative allocation of values in society. State yields its central position to political system, and some of the major thinkers of contemporary perspective who shaped the scope of politics. They are Harold Laswell, Kathleen, David Easton, Robert Dahl, etc. Now, in this very first thing that we study is the study of conflict and controversies. Now, when we say conflict and controversies, it studies the public attitude towards different types of entities in the political and economic landscape involved in various kind of struggles. Now, it is important to study politics and understand conflicts and controversies that arise because of an interaction, as they shape the functioning of democracy. By examining policy controversies and political blame games, researchers can gain insight into how democracies manage conflicts and controversies. So, overall, politics is a complex field and involves conflicts and controversies. So, it's also crucial for economic and democratic process, the shaping the direction of a country. It involves the study of conflicts and the struggle of power. It's like that one tries to eliminate the other. Wherever such efforts are being made, the conflicts do arise in the process. So, conflict is genuine and which is capable of being resolved through consensus. So, it's not only study but also devices, ways, and means to solve these conflicts and problems confronted by the society. Now, scope of politics also involves study of power and influence when it comes into the contemporary perspective. So, politics here is used to understand power and influences in society. Now, power can be seen as an ability to influence others and make them do they wouldn't normally do. This was this can be ensured involving military, economic, or political aggression to protect their own interests. So, techniques of power politics include deterrence theory, conspicuous weapon development, preemptive strikes, blackmail, and more. So, the German version of power politics, called match politics, celebrates conflict between nations as a means of asserting national will and strengthening the state. So, Laswell, Kathleen, Dahal study the power and influence conflict and controversies create power and influence. Power lies not in an individual or the institutions, but human relations. So this is what is being studied into it. Now, study of leadership is yet another aspect that is covered in the scope. So politics is not just about governing the people, but also about choosing the right leader to govern. Understanding the personal dimensions of leadership is also crucial for leaders to be effective in their roles. By exploring the personal experience or emotions of leaders, we can gain valuable insights into the dynamics of political leadership. People organize around an individual when they look to promote their welfare or promote or give importance to their interest or bring about the changes in the system. They look for an individual, a person who can marshal the resources, who can organize them, and who can really lead them. So there are such people who are by nature are more talented or more capable in organizing and managing skills. So the study of leadership and how people come around such respectful or resourceful, intelligent, influential individual having ability to mobilize, all these aspects come into the study of leadership. Then study of process of decision making. Now, one key aspect of politics is the study of decision making process. It involves examining how decisions are made, who has the authority to make them, and how they come into the picture to make a decision, and what factors influence the outcomes. So, decision making can occur at various levels, from individual choices to collective actions taken by governments or international organizations. So, understanding these processes is crucial for analyzing the effectiveness and legitimacy of political system. So, according to William A. Welch, the central idea of studying politics in the contemporary time is to understand the decision making process. So, out of all the available options and resources, whatever is considered and finally decisions made and how the decisions made, that is what is important or relevant here. Then another aspect of scope of politics is the study of authoritative allocation of values. Now, how values are allocated, and that too authoritatively. So these three words are important here, and David Easton labeled it as an authoritative allocation of values as the central and important issue that is being conducted in a state. So policies are the courses of action adopted by governments to address societal issues and achieve specific goals. So, the study of policy making involves analyzing how policies are developed and the factors that influence their content, the processes through which they are implemented. Now, these values are being distributed, which are short in supply, which are demanded by people. All these things are called values. How these values are distributed through policies, and who distributes and how authoritatively distributes is what the policy implementation and making is all about. So this includes examining the role of different actors such as policymakers, experts, interest groups, and how they shape policy outcomes. Another aspect of scope of political theory is study of political behavior. So political behavior involves, along with that, the study of consensus and cooperation. Now, political behavior of individuals that we come to study in politics is a realistic aspect, because it gives a shift to politics from abstract to the reality. So it studies human behavior, which has an influence on the elections process in democratic system, political events. So it includes study of political activities which engage the attention of and energy of the people. It involves contesting elections, propagating political ideologies, manning of political offices, etc. So study of consensus and cooperation is viewing the action of political actors and the state itself, not just relevant in conflict, but also in cooperation and consensus formation. And that's how, according to Wasby, while debate and conflict, cleavage and dissensions are frequently associated with policies, concentration on them to the exclusion of agreement and consensus would leave an incomplete picture of the political world, because political world do resolve the conflicting issues. Then it also involves study of group groups which are working in various aspects or various sphere of social life. So politics has always been part of human society, and as it arises from differences in beliefs, preferences, and the need to allocate scarce resources, it will continue to exist as long as these conditions persist. So politics is a group activity. People unite through different interests and ideologies, and people decide about their aims and programs, guiding principles for society, values, ideals they are chosen. And politics is the study of group involvement in decision making society. So these people, on the basis of their values, they they make a program of action to achieve those goals. So studying those groups, their aims, their aspirations, it encompasses various methods and levels of social interaction from traditional society to modern government. Then, yet another aspect of scope of politics is developing analytical methods and testable hypotheses. Behavioral politics, the introduction of behavioral politics or behavioralism, is an important methodological approach in comparative politics that focuses on understanding politics through concepts of natural sciences and quantifiable data. It allows researchers to analyze a political process that may not be easily discoverable or analyzed using other methods. So, by studying individual attitudes and behaviors, researchers can gain insight into the factors that influence political behavior and the imitation of behavioral pattern and style. So, overall, the behavioral revolution has provided an opportunity to bring the natural sciences into politics and develop analytical methods, scientific methods, and also come up with testable hypotheses which can be tested and a theory or generalization can be made. So, overall, behavioral politics plays a crucial role in advancing a scientific understanding in the field of political science. Behavioral revolution propagated techniques like regularity and verification, then value itself, like it speaks value neutrality as an underlying theme of testing or verifying any phenomena, then quantifying it, then systematizing and using the pure scientific methods and integrating other subjects, other disciplines to understand politics. Now, to summarize what we have studied so far in the scope of political theory, is that it is a field basically which encompasses both political science and political philosophy. These branches serve three main purposes, that is description, criticism, and reconstruction. So political science focuses on providing practical description of political phenomena, while political philosophy is concerned with evaluating values and reconstructing ideas. So some argue that political theory should only be limited to the realm of political science, as value judgments are subjective and vary from person to person. Now, they claim that there is no reliable way to determine what is right or what is wrong. However, in recent years, there has been a growing recognition of the importance of values in political theory. It is now understood that value judgments play a crucial role in guiding social policies. Ignoring these judgments can have negative consequences for societies as a whole. Issues such as environmentalism, feminism, human rights, social justice, they require careful consideration of different values. If political theory neglects this function, it runs the risk of being taken over by less competent agencies. This could result in politics being controlled by individuals who are either ignorant or solely driven by self interest. Therefore, it's imperative that we approach the task of political theory systematically. By doing so, we can prevent hijacking of politics by those who lack the necessary knowledge or genuine concern for the well being of society. The field of politics or field of political theory must also shy away from engaging in value judgments, as they provide important guidance for shaping political policies. While it is true that value judgments may differ among individuals, this does not mean that they should be disregarded altogether. Instead, political theory should strive to create a space, I beg your pardon, where diverse perspective can be heard and debated. By embracing the complexity of values, political theory can foster a more inclusive and democratic society. Now, it is through this process and critical engagement that we can ensure that political decisions are made with best interest of all citizens in mind. In conclusion, political theory serves a vital tool for understanding and shaping the world we live in. It's multidisciplinary in nature and allows us to navigate the complexities of politics and works towards a more just and equitable society. Now, with that comprehensive discussion, we come to the end of the lecture. Thank you.